What's up and welcome back to another episode of Next Door Conversations with me, Amara. This episode, all of you must listen to it. All of you must listen to this episode because I hate how every time I talk about things that I would consider not as important, like sex and dating and relationships or some random internet gist, people listening, my listenership is soaring. But when I mention politics, people don't want to listen. Why? Why are we like this? Especially in a country where you know that things are happening that could literally be life or death. Why are we doing like this? So all of you must listen to this episode. Today we are going to be unpacking all that has been happening in politics, Amupitan to ADC to Peter Obi's Skepticism and a lot more. So stick around for this episode. Hi, my name is Amara and this is Next Door Conversations, my podcast where I talk about trending news, viral content, what's happening on social media and in the world at large. If you like what you're listening to, make sure that you're following the podcast, ring the notification bell so every time I drop an episode you get a notification. And also don't forget to share this episode with a friend because I'm sure there's someone in your circle of friends that's interested in topics like these. And without too much yapping, let's get straight into the episode. Politics today. What is happening in politics today? Well, there's a lot of negative things that we could talk about. There's a whole laundry list of negative things we could talk about in terms of politics. But I want to start off on a good note. I want to start off with the man, the myth, and the legend, Alex Otti. Alex Otti is literally the best governor Nigeria has ever witnessed. He is an example for many to follow at a time like this. He's like, when your friend has a man, right? And the man is just treating her so right. He buys her flowers. He calls her all the time. He takes her different places. They're always doing activities. He doesn't push her. He's not like, get in the kitchen. He's like, you're hungry, let's go out to eat, that kind of thing. So good to her, you start wondering if he has a brother. That is how I feel about Alex Otti. Alex Otti has done so much for Abians, from rehabilitating federal roads within the states to free and subsidized compulsory basic education for residents, and also including a compressed 3-year basic level education for adults who are not yet educated, cleared salary arrears owed to civil servants and paid retirees, introduced more regular salary payments, healthcare reforms, guys. He renovated general hospitals and primary healthcare centers, launched aggressive waste evacuation programs. If you know anything about Abia State used to be a dump. It used to be a dumping site before, but with this man in power, it is clean. It is very clean. The air is clean. It's just stabilizing electricity. Another thing, he helped to stabilize electricity and is rapidly moving towards ensuring Abians have an independent power supply instead of the epileptic national grid. And I just have to say, round of applause for this man. This man really is an example for many to follow, and I'm hoping that he wins the next governorship elections because I know with him in power, Abia is going to go places. I'm not an Abian, and I am very jealous. I am very jealous because my stupid ass governor, Soludo's son, Ozonna, is haunting me. If you haven't been seeing the videos, there are lots of videos of Soludo's son, Ozonna, going viral on social media. His son is effeminate, I guess, and it's just irritating. Very irritating to me, not because he's effeminate. I have nothing against the gays. I just can't deal with seeing this man all over my timeline, knowing the shit his father is doing in Anambra State. Out here dancing and showing off Birkins. Your father is leaving Anambarians out to die. I'm not seeing anything tangible Charles Soludo is doing for Anambra State. Under his watch, it has become a lot more insecure. It's very bad. The insecurity is insane. But anyway, it's just an irony, and I guess I gained some consolation knowing that Ozonna is emblematic of an Igbo father's worst nightmare in a male child. God is fair. God is fair. Now let's move on to the ADC. As you all know, the ADC coalition is well and thriving. I was a bit skeptical about it, I'll be honest. If you check the previous episodes we did where I talked about the ADC, I said I wasn't really too happy with Peter Obi mingling with all these dirty hands. The people that literally brought this country to its knees are the same people that are trying to chomp their way with this one good man. But it's politics. Politics, you're going to have to soil your hands sometimes to get a few things done. You're going to have to rub sure that the pool is so corrupt that to clean it out, you're going to have to get a little bit dirty. And that is just the unfortunate truth about politics. And so, yes, while I understand that there are a lot of people that embezzled, that did all their things in corruption charges everywhere, I'm just closing my eyes and I'm holding my nose and I'm going wherever Peter Obi goes. And on the whole ADC coalition, big ups to Olumide Oworu. Olumide Oworu is this young Nepo baby, I guess. He's kind of a Nepo baby. He's an actor turned politician. And I just have to say, he's one of those ones where he has a lot of money. He could just live his entire life without having to involve himself with the problems that we are facing in this country without being some sort of voice for change. But consistently, he has been doing this. And I have to say, kudos to him for that. Kudos to him for showing up for his generation and also proving that, look, we young people, we can lead. We really do have power. We are not powerless. When that boy needs us, we are going to turn up for him. Now, let's keep going because, as you know, a lot has been happening in politics. Amupitan, let's talk about Amupitan. 10 days ago, Nigerians began calling for the INEC chairman, Professor Joash Ojo Amupitan, to be sacked over his open pro-APC partisanship. Internet sleuths were able to dig old tweets by the handle at SundayVibe00 posted on March 2023 that showed Amupitan's support for the APC. One of such tweets was tagged "Victory is sure" as he was celebrating APC's performance during gubernatorial polling. The INEC ICT director came out a few days ago to claim that Joash Amupitan has no Twitter account and any content on the account is not recognized by INEC, which is just funny because, guy, who are they fooling? We are literally the ICT generation. We know this shit. You can't trick us. You can't trick us. People were quick to community note the video posted of the ICT director's interview, stating that any attempt to do account recovery using Amupitan's official address, his email address, would link back to the account. So there's no way you can tell me that it wasn't his account when his email is literally linked to the account. And that is why, my dear, we need to get this INEC chairman out. We know what happened during the last election. If INEC is compromised, all our go outside and get your PVC, all our sensitization and whatever will be in vain. I'm telling you, because the buck stops at INEC and we need to ensure that INEC is actually independent and reliable. That being said, go and get your PVC. Me, I have my PVC. Everybody in my family has our PVC. We're all together, sure to vote PO. So please go and get your PVC. Enough is enough. We have suffered enough. You people have seen me for the past 2 years complain on this podcast about thing after thing that Tinubu is doing, that Tinubu is not doing, all the ways that he has closed his eyes to the way people are suffering in this country. It is enough. Now is the time for action. Now is the time when we can all band together and use the collective force that we have to push this APC government away. Because if APC wins again, guys, they already have hold of 30 states. These people are going to take over and they're not gonna leave. They are not going to pack out of Aso Rock. It is in the best interest of every Nigerian to vote out the APC government and to vote in PO. Let me be specific, not Showere. Because what we're seeing on social media is the rise of P2B skeptics. And I just don't know how someone can go through 4 years of what we did. And even the last election cycle where Peter Obi literally came out to say that he's a clean man, that you can go and verify and go and check and you won't see a single whiff of corruption near him. And we actually did that and no one could come out against him. This is a clean, honest, dignified man that has plans for us, has economic plans, has plans for security, someone that we know can be objective and doesn't have any ties to any particular faction. The man has a heart for people, a heart for justice. I just don't know why someone will come on the internet and for the sake of being contrarian or for internet clout, they'll come out and be talking nonsense about Peter Obi, saying that he's a lesser evil. He's not even on the spectrum of evil. These people do not realize that lives are at stake. And Nigeria as a whole, like the fate of Nigeria is at stake. You've seen how bad things have gotten in a short amount of time. And do not forget the press conference that Tinubu had where he was, claiming Buhari's tenure, saying that he was also in power. So he has had a hold on power for a very long time. And he has done horribly, where he was saying that he took over leadership from himself and that Buhari is me, he was my partner. But I honestly don't see how with all of this, with all that has happened, with everything that is happening, how impossible it is to live in this economy. Somebody will still come out and say, I'm neutral, or I'm voting Showore, or I just, don't lie. Carry that coin, hold it to your chest. Let's know who you are. And I'm not insulting Showere supporters. I'm sure Showere actually has a support group of people that support him, I guess. But I've heard nothing about his economic reforms. I've heard nothing about what he actually plans to do for the Nigerian people. And granted, I will say he's a great social media activist. He's a great activist, a great people's advocate. I think there is space for him in that capacity. I just don't think he should be anywhere near Aso Rock. That is my own personal opinion. I think Peter Obi would be a great president, and Nigeria deserves a great president, someone that is empathetic, somebody that will not be in Buckingham Palace clinking glasses with the elite while heads are rolling in Borno, while people are dying in Benue and Jos, while people are suffering, while people can't feed, children are malnourished and dying. Things are bad, and please, I sound like I'm begging now. I I'm desperate. Go and get your PVC. Go and get your PVC and vote Peter Obi in the next election, please. That is all I have to say on today's episode. You let me know your thoughts on social media, as always, at Amara Next Door, #NextDoorPod, @NextDoorPod_. Don't even tell me if you're voting APC, because if you tell me that, I will insult your life. But just you, I don't even know. I don't even know what you would do. I don't know. Don't tell me you're voting APC, but if you're voting PO, if you've gotten your PVC, please show it to me. Show me your stuff on social media, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.